How to become no one. First, leave your country. Abandon everything you know and love. Walk for 17 days across the Sonoran Desert. Drink your own urine to stay alive. Arrive in Tucson through a hole in a barbed wire fence. Start from scratch, completely blank. Become a man with no language, no family, no friends, no job. Head north to San Francisco, where you've heard you can start as something besides a farm worker. Hitch rides and take Greyhound buses, buying tickets with the crumpled dollar bills that were pressed into your hand by everyone you know the days before leaving your hometown of Nayarit, Mexico. The first nights in San Francisco, you rent a room in the cheapest place you can find, the grimy Mission Hotel on South Van Ness and 16th. You wander the supermarket aisles of your new country, agape at the dizzying excess, and buy nothing. You try to order a cup of coffee at the gas station, but the attendant who can't understand your accent stares back at you with a blank dough face. You eat donuts for dinner. You count out the last of your dollars and know that in 3 more days you'll be out on the streets. You remember your grandmother and all the hope she had for you, the way she would cluck approvingly about your accomplishments to anyone who would listen. Mi hijo tan inteligente. Looking around at your dingy room with its peeling paint and cracked linoleum floor, you wonder how the hell you're going to make it in this godforsaken place. Tomorrow I'll find work, you promise yourself. Back home, you were the best in your class, the first to complete the algebra, the equations and calculus class, the captain of the debate team, on track to go to medical school, the beloved eldest brother. But something always nagged at you, a knowledge that you were different, that the edges of this small town could not contain you. In Nayarit, a man cannot love another man. Here, you're no one. You understand why your English is heavily accented. You apply for a job at the same gas station where the woman wouldn't give you a cup of coffee. No papeles, no job. We don't hire illegal aliens here. Illegal, alien. You think of astronauts in outer space, every ounce of oxygen measured, the scarcity of food, the enormous space between out there and home. You feel the boredom and the loneliness that comes after the initial euphoric rush of leaving. You see how you are like an astronaut whose oxygen is depleted, whose freeze-dried food store is at its end. The social worker at the migrant center tells you that if you can prove you were the victim of violence or persecution in your country, you can apply for political asylum. You remember the taste of blood in your mouth, the bits of gravel and glass that lodged themselves into your cheekbone while you were being kicked in the ribs, all the times you were beat up because you loved someone you weren't supposed to love. You never imagined that so much pain would allow you to apply for a green card. You get a job on the grill line at El Metate Taqueria on 17th and Folsom. They pay you $5 an hour under the table, a stack of wrinkly, damp bills from the tip jar at the end of every shift. Your t-shirts all stink like fried meat and lard grease. You think you'll never eat another burrito again. You move into a dilapidated apartment on San Jose and 30th. There are 11 undocumented immigrants living in one 3-bedroom apartment. You sign up for English classes at City College where you practice sentences that are exercises in the absurd. You stumble over sentences about Bill and his yellow polka-dotted tie, ordering hamburgers at a revolving restaurant. Your English teacher, Gabby, seems to believe that you are special and capable, and she teaches you to watch American movies with Spanish subtitles on. You do this to learn American English with its garbled, potato-in-the-mouth diction. At work, you practice keeping your mouth just so that you get the accent right as you ask the customers, what kind of beans would you like? Pinto or black? Salsa, mild or spicy? You send Western Union money orders to Nayarit every week, sometimes $50, sometimes $100. Every Sunday you call home, "Mijo, ¿has encontrado una buena mujer?" and politely endure questions about when you will be returning home with a good wife. After work every night you go to the Castro. Here you see men who look like you, nut brown skin, dark hair, almond-shaped eyes, walking hand in hand, drinking and dancing at bars that spill into the street. You find comfort in these bars, in the strong, cheap whiskey drinks, and sometimes smart, always sexy men who want to get naked with you. At first you'd hope for something more substantial, but soon you become accustomed to a blur of different beds and different men. You find your way to the Latin clubs El Rio and Esta Noche, watching drag queens lip-sync the old Celia Cruz songs your abuelita loved. For the first time in your life, you're just like other people. You have crossed a continent and become no one for permission to be you. You decide you like San Francisco.
Woo!
Target, I love you. Hungrily, I finger piles of bright tank tops, fluorescent lacy bras, polka dot socks, all sweatshop mass-produced, unsustainable, unfairly traded. I don't care. I want to heap my cart, my life, my intestines to the brim with multicolored softness. Each synthetic fiber of these Dora the Explorer underwear, proof of somewhere's destruction, someone's oppression. Cargo ships heave, detritus of consumption to and fro from China. Rubber duckies, mismatched sneakers, and LED keychains are lost in transit. Wayward plastic forms new archipelagos. Our hunger cannot be sated.
Second-hand goods. Anyone can use them and abuse them. They are second-rate anyway, deserve no respect or care. Someone's discards, only a step from pure refuse. Yet something in them sparks of value still, some little flicker, a shimmer of gold. I notice life in others' cast-offs all the time. Clothes, dogs and cats, plants, people, experiences. It seems a vocational calling, like a treasure hunter traveling unannounced to holes, tatters in the fabric, in the tapestry, watching magic fingers weave whole the worn places. Who knew it was practice for personal restoration, that I would need all the skills I could muster. Inside her mania. A fish floundering, mouth gasping, body flailing wildly. No air, throat closes, mind scrambles, ricochets. Breathe, help me, help me. 70 years, no diagnosis. Possessed, life splayed like a lab frog, guts exposed. It's all wrong side out, inside a war zone. Insanity flashes unabated, lightning rages in the circuits. The motherboard explodes. Firestorm red, chaos. Mom's visit to the breach. I know the pattern now. A phantom intruder with an 8-hour pass.
Reverence. Some mornings my bones are tired. Fuzzy brain and concrete limbs don't want to wake. It exhausts me to think of 22 people who are making their way across San Francisco to see me in our hectic clinic on the corner of 16th and Shotwell, nestled amidst the garbage and urine, the Mission Hotel and the car wash, gas station, liquor store. Chop wood, carry water. Listen well. A man tells me he feels like he's drowning in his own lungs, that it's hard to make it up the stairs to his second-floor apartment. I press my stethoscope against his papery olive skin, listen for the hiss of his lung inflating, and feel the press of his ribcage against my hand. Wait for the snap of each of his heart valves and hear the gurgle of an aortic valve that won't open. Feel with my fingers the thrill and heave of his heart. Chop wood, carry water. Watch the fear and pleading in a woman's eyes as I press my hand against her liver, swollen and nodular from hepatitis. I breathe in, here, now. Explain as gently as I can that the treatment she needs will almost kill her, but in the end will save her life, I hope. Chop wood, carry water. Talk to a young, strong man who doesn't believe in the diabetes that is slowly dismantling his nervous system, ravaging his kidneys, taking hold of his retina. Explore the creamy, golden universe of his optic disc, watching the maze of vessels crisscrossing his fundus. Chop wood, carry water. Slide my fingers into a woman, feel the curve of her uterus, slide my hand over the slippery walnuts of her ovaries, hoping never to find cancer. Blast through my fatigue and self-centeredness. Remember that each person that I meet is nothing short of a miracle of nerves and synapses, smooth muscle, bone, and sinew, a universe of universes filled with mystery, meriting nothing short of awe.